Congress is under fire tonight after a senior MLA from Madhya Pradesh made a series of deeply offensive, casteist and dangerous remarks on rape, triggering nationwide outrage. In a video now widely circulated, MLA Phul Singh Baraiya offered what he called a theory on why rapes happen, claiming that men commit rape after getting distracted by a woman's beauty. The Congress MLA also said that Dalit and Adivasi women are not considered beautiful and yet they are raped. He also gave a reason for it. Baraiya said that women belonging to SC, ST and the OBC communities are not beautiful but still get raped because it is written in their scriptures. It is written that by having intercourse with a woman of this caste, you will get the reward of a pilgrimage. That's what he said. If that wasn't enough, he further said that a man cannot rape a woman without her consent, and that's why 4-month-old and 1-year-old girls are raped. Take a look.
सबसे ज्यादा रेप किसके होते हैं? शेड्यूल कास्ट, शेड्यूल ट्राइब और मोस्ट ओबीसी होते हैं। तो मेरा कहने का मतलब है, रेप की थ्योरी ये है कि कोई भी कैसी भी दिमाग का आदमी रास्ते में जा रहा है, उसे खूबसूरत अगर लड़की दिखी, सुंदर, अति सुंदर, तो उसका ब्रेन है वो इधर वो विचलित हो सकता है, तो रेप हो सकता है। आदिवासी में कौन सी अति सुंदर स्त्री है? एससी की कौन सी अति सुंदर स्त्री है? मोस्ट ओबीसी में ऐसी स्त्रियां सुंदरियां हैं। क्यों होता है बलात्कार? उनके धर्म ग्रंथों में इस तरह की निर्देश दिए गए। ये लिखा है कि इस जाति के साथ सहवास करने पर ये तीर्थ का फल मिलेगा, इसके साथ ये सहवास करने पर फलाना तीर्थ का मिलेगा, इसको ये करेगा। तो अब वो नहीं जा पाता उस वहां तीर्थ को, उन धर्म ग्रंथों में जो लिखा है नहीं जा पा रहा। तो घर बैठे विकल्प क्या दिया गया है? घर बैठे इनकी औरतों को पकड़ करके सहवास कर दो तो फल मिल जाएगा। तो कोई तैयार हो जाएगा इसके लिए? तो क्या करेगा फिर? अंधेरे उंजेरे में वो क्या करेगा? पकड़ने की कोशिश करेगा। एक व्यक्ति एक महिला का कभी रेप नहीं कर सकता अगर वो सहमत नहीं, तो नहीं करेगा। फिर इसलिए 4 महीने की बच्ची के साथ, 10 महीने की बच्चियों के साथ, 1 साल की बच्चियों के साथ रेप सुने आपने? सुने हैं? क्यों होते हैं? उसके ऑर्गन्स का रेप के लिए तैयार है क्या? नहीं, उसे दिखाई देता है कि इस जाति की महिला के साथ या लड़की के साथ रेप करूंगा तो मुझे वो फल मिलेगा।
And very disturbing comments there that surfaced during an interview and quickly went viral. They are outrageous and they are also drawing political outrage across party lines. The BJP has gone on offensive, demanding that Congress leader Rahul Gandhi sack the MLA, especially since the remarks emerged during Gandhi's visit to Indore. Chief Minister Mohan Yadav has also condemned the statement, calling it poisonous and socially divisive.
कांग्रेस के नेताओं के और खास करके कांग्रेस के वरिष्ठ नेता राहुल गांधी आ रहे हैं और समाज में ऐसे जहर घोलने वाले बयान दे करके फूल सिंह बरैया ने जो सामाजिक विद्वेष फैलाने का काम किया है। मैं उम्मीद करूंगा कि राहुल गांधी जी आकर के अपने विधायक से भी कहे, सस्पेंड करे, पार्टी से बाहर करे, लगे कि हाँ उनके मन में समाज के बाकी वर्गों के लिए भी कोई सम्मान है। मैं उनके इस बयान की निंदा भी करता हूं और फूल सिंह बरैया विधानसभा के विधायक हैं, मैं मान के चलता हूं उनका अपना उत्तरदायित्व है कि वो इस प्रकार की बातों से बचे।
Congress has distanced itself, saying that the remarks reflect Baraiya's own personal views that he has clarified and asked to clarify his remarks. However, MLA has refused to back down. He continues to justify his comments. Take a look.
नमस्कार। जिस बयान को लेकर के मेरे ऊपर जो आरोप लगाए जा रहे हैं, वो बयान मेरा नहीं है। वो हरि मोहन झा साहब बिहार के दर्शन शास्त्र के HOD रहे, उनका लिखा हुआ बयान मैंने किसी संदर्भ में कोट कर दिया है। मैं इस बयान से भी सहमत नहीं हूं, मैं खुद नहीं चाहता, लेकिन मैंने उसको संदर्भ लेकर के कोट किया है। धन्यवाद।
And so the question that we are asking tonight is, are these statements personal opinion? Can they be brushed aside as a personal opinion, especially when they're coming from an MLA's mouth? Or do they reflect a dangerous mindset that normalizes sexual violence? And Will political parties act decisively or hide behind clarifications? Joining me on the show is Rekha Agrawal, Advocate Supreme Court, also a social activist, and Brinda Dig, who's also a social activist. Thank you very much, the two of you. I hope I had you on a better day, on better circumstances. But Brinda, coming to you, you heard what Phul Singh Baraiya had to say. Multiple statements that he's made there, which are highly offensive in nature. Let's begin with what he says as far as ST-SC is concerned. They're saying the ST-SC OBC girls are not beautiful enough, yet they are raped because that is what is written in scriptures. Your comments, please.
That is an absolutely obnoxious, pervert statement, unconstitutional, irrespective of who he's quoting. He's a elected representative. There is a decorum of speech and behavior that he has to follow. And what he has done now is to degrade and speak in a derogatory manner of all women in India, of all women who may belong to the SC/ST community, the Dalit community. And he has the gall to say that raping women is part of whatever religion's Tirth Phal. I mean, that is absolutely unacceptable, obnoxious, despicable, deplorable for a public office person. And then he says, I quoted somebody else, but he's not apologetic. He says thank you and goes off. What I would expect the political leaders to ensure this fellow is suspended immediately and ask him, would he make this kind of a statement to his family members also? Because there is no excuse for making these statements. Not only is it perversion, they have a pervert in that political party of theirs, and this guy dare not degrade the citizens who voted him into power. He is to be responsible, and making these kind of irresponsible derogatory statements are unacceptable. He should be suspended.
Absolutely. Should be suspended. I mean, look at what he says by the way of a theory of rape that he offers, Rekha Agrawal, saying that men commit rape because they're distracted by a woman's beauty. And yet, ST-SC women are raped despite not being beautiful enough. Further says that a woman cannot be raped until she agrees to be raped. And that's the reason why 1-year-old girls and 8-year-old girls are raped. Not just casteist, but sexist and highly deplorable.
Shweta, I'm so appalled to hear. I mean, I'm feeling awful even participating in this debate. Let me tell you, it's so sickening. You know, I mean, what does one say to this? I mean, this is absolutely. I mean, it's just not acceptable. I don't have enough words to condemn it. And legally speaking, if you were first to comment on it as a lawyer, then he has certainly committed crimes which are covered under the Indian Penal Code, which is now the Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita. He's outraging the modesty of women. He's promoting hatred. Whatever he said comes in the definition of a hate speech, because though he's not directly, instigating people to commit violence, but certainly this is what the effect of his speech is going to be. Amongst both sections of the society, whether it is the Hindu society that he's talking about the beautiful girls or the other SC/ST girls whom he thinks are not beautiful. How dare he talk in this rubbish
Absolutely.
line? And certainly he has committed crimes which are covered under the SC/ST Act. This man deserves to go behind bars. It is a hate speech. It is absolutely making casteist, sexist statements. He's objectifying women, treating them as a commodity. Who is he? Who the hell is he to comment upon beautiful women get raped and non-beautiful women don't get raped and Tirth Phal, and what rubbish is he talking?
Absolutely.
He's a rocker. Put him behind bars, and I think that what is though though the Congress may not take responsibility for it directly, but certainly I think that on moral grounds this man should be made to resign.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, as I said, deplorable, but also highly disgraceful, Brinda Dig, extremely disgraceful coming from, a sitting member of a, we've heard from various political parties. We also know that the Congress party has not yet reacted. In fact, we tried to bring them here today to understand whether they support his statement. They did not find any representation here. They refused to come and speak about it. So perhaps they will go back to the drawing board and rethink on what kind of people, representatives they want out there as far as the Congress party is concerned. But, these statements, they reinforce casteist narratives against Dalits. Adivasis and OBC women.
You're absolutely right. He is trivializing rape and then he is giving it religious connotations of, blessings that people might get, as if this rape is anywhere, anything to do with religion or anything to do with caste. He just does not want to accept that and he makes these kind of statements. How can somebody, a pervert, I would continue to call him a pervert, sit in the legislature making and formulating laws and policies for protection of women and children? How dare he is not accountable to us? Does he not know that more than 50% of the population who are women and seniors have voted him into power, pay our taxes, not for this kind of a nonsense talk? How dare he speak like this? Whether he quoted somebody or he did not quote somebody is secondary. The fact that he had the gall to speak like this against women and then say that SC women are not beautiful, but they can be raped because the religion allows them. This is the kind of narrative that constantly goes on to make more and more rapists emboldened, and they go around with impunity, this guy included. He knows that nothing's going to happen to him, but I would like the leaders of the Congress party to take cognizance of this not only serious, but deplorable, despicable comments by this man and take action on him. I'm not saying that other parties do not have similar fellows who
You know,
speak like
sexist
this.
cut across party lines, Brinda Dig. You're right. I mean, people with such mindsets, people who are sexist, people who have little to no respect for women cut across party lines. And we're playing some of those, earlier reactions that were given by other legislators also on our screen so that viewers, you can watch out for them. Perhaps watch out for people like that and make sure not to vote them back in power. I have to ask you, Rekha, as far as legality of the matter is concerned, do you believe that these remarks fall under different sections when it comes to promoting enmity, outraging modesty, spreading dangerous misinformation? Can he be
Definitely.
legally tried?
Yes, and if I may give the exact sections, he can definitely be tried under section 354A and 509 of the Indian Penal Code, which say that any statement which objectifies women, justifies sexual violence, or insults a woman's modesty, and certainly the kind of words that he has used, he has tried to justify rape, he's tried to justify sexual violence against women. He's objectified women, so it definitely falls under Indian Penal Code section 354A. Then he's promoting enmity between groups. That is section 153A IPC. He's creating a caste rift between the ST and the other sections of the society. Then he's making statements which are going to create fear and hostility. The section that is applicable is 505 subclause 2 Indian Penal Code. And not to forget the various sections of the SC/ST Prevention of Atrocities Act angle, which says that statements which are made publicly and demean or target scheduled caste or tribe as a group. So the Supreme Court has very clearly said that all such kind of statements have to be taken in the entirety, and they will now come under the definition of, he's not trying to justify by giving another meaning to it, trying to justify it by saying, oh, I did not mean this, I was only quoting somebody else. Whatever he may have said about Teerth Phal or holy angle or whatever rubbish he's talking, it is a hate speech. It is going to create violence. And I mean, that means that, it is as bad as certain stories which one reads about, men who are suffering from HIV AIDS. They deliberately try to, have sexual relationship with young girls, especially, girls who are not even majors. Very often one reads such kind of stories in the media. So it is as bad as that. He's putting the life of women in danger. He's trying to glorify rape. He's trying to justify rape between a beautiful and a not beautiful girl.
And I'm assuming he should be ready for a barrage of legal notices coming his way. I believe all the social activists who are watching this, and every good Samaritan, every conscientious Indian who's watching this should know his face, see his face. His face is very much on our screens right now, and he should be ready for a barrage of legal notices there. Brinda Dig, one statement that I personally found very disturbing, apart from all the crap that he said, in that video, was that young girls, girls or children rather, who are 1-year-old, 5-year-old, 8-year-old are raped, and their organs are not even ready for rape.
Yes,
I mean, I don't even know. I'm sorry, as no, you know, not as a journalist today, but as a woman, I don't know what that means. It breaks my heart to hear that.
It breaks our heart, but imagine the outrageous comments that this guy makes on television, on media, comes back to justify all of that, to say that he quoted somebody else. I mean, this guy is the pricks, absolute pervert. I mean, this man is a pervert. He has no space in public office, and he dare not be sitting there making laws for anybody. As I said earlier, there are all kinds of parties in our country, and all parties have some kind of these kind of men who come up with all kinds of statements trivializing sexual abuse, rape, molestation, and making jokes of women and women's bodies. But this man takes the cake. And that is why the Congress party, led by two very strong women, powerful women, must sit back and say, do we need somebody like him? Do we need somebody like this guy who has no respect for anybody, especially his voters? And he has the gall to say that SC/ST women can be raped and they are not beautiful. And he also goes on to say that if you see a beautiful woman, what kind of a man has the constituency elected into power? Did they even know that this guy is a habitual, probably somebody like this? And probably only the first time we are hearing him on TV. I'm sure he's been talking like this again and again. I think the voters need to think, is this the kind of leader I want to vote and have my taxes paid to? Because that is the most important thing. When a narrative like this goes, he is encouraging a rapist. And that
Absolutely.
is not what my elected representatives are paid for.
Doesn't deserve to be a legislator, doesn't deserve to be an elected representative, doesn't deserve to be a free citizens of this country with that sort of mindset. It's just very surprising to me that it's happening in today's day and time. But given that's happening all around us, shouldn't come as a surprise. There's no country for women today. That's what I'm feeling today as a woman and not so much as a journalist. That's all the time I have. Rekha Agrawal, Brinda Adig, thank you for taking time. Thank you for joining me on that, brutal story that I am made to track. I have to track as a journalist, although I would rather avoid doing, covering, or even going near those statements in any capacity. Thank you for taking time out. Thank you for joining us.